Okay, equation of a circle looks like this. It is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared. So h and k are coordinates of the center of the circle. And notice how the subtraction symbol is part of the equation. It's not part of the coordinate. And then r is radius. So r is the radius. Yeah, just turn it off. Or I guess it stopped.
No, it's not going to stop. Just turn it off.
Oh, it's Coco's. Okay, identify. Oh, it's on.
Turn off.
All the way? Is it that serious?
Yeah, they're going to keep
It's not because he's telling me to put it back on.
Who's that? Who is it?
Just tell him, say,
No.
Anyways.
she turned off the phone.
Turn off.
Turn it off.
Okay, equation of a circle looks like this. We're going to practice using it. So here it says identify the center and the radius. So we're going to find the center and the radius. Okay, so remember HK is the center. So this value and this value make up the coordinates. Can you just be quiet?
Hey.
We got it on video. Okay. Okay, then, so this is h and k, but remember it's opposite sign, so the subtraction's part of the equation, not part of this number. So 9 would be the x coordinate, and then here it's actually the opposite sign, so negative 11. So the center of this circle is at 9, negative 11. And then this right here is r squared, so we actually have to take the square root of 36 to get the radius of 6. Okay. Number 2, identify the center and radius and then graph this circle. Okay, so center, radius. So we got x plus 3. Remember, it's opposite sign, so be negative 3. And then this y doesn't have plus or minus anything, so that means the y coordinate is just 0. And then radius, remember this is r squared, so we take the square root of 9 to get 3 for the radius. Okay, and now when I graph it, I'm going to first graph the center at negative 3, 0.
So you just circle around it?
Yeah, so once you have the center and radius, you can graph it. And then the radius is 3, so I'm going to just make a mark at 3 units from the center in like all the directions. And then try my best to make a circle-ish. On a computer, it's a little bit easier to make a perfect circle. Mm-hmm. Okay, then for number 3, write the equation of a circle. The center is at negative 7, 3, and the diameter is 20. So we don't need, can you just be quiet, please? You don't need the diameter, we need the radius for the equation. So half of the diameter would be 10, so the radius is 10. And then we're just going to plug the center values into this equation that we wrote up at the top of the paper. Remember, this is h and k. Sometimes it can be hard to remember. H, horizontal, k, vertical. Also, x goes with x. So it's going to be x minus the x coordinate here plus y minus the y coordinate. And then the radius squared. We can further simplify this though. Subtracting a negative, we're going to turn that to plus, and then 10 squared will change that to 100. So we're going to just simplify this a little bit further. X plus 7 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 100. And this is the equation of the line. Number 4, write the equation of this circle. So in order to write the equation of a circle, we need the center and the radius. So we're going to find the center. Sometimes it can take some guess and checking. So center right here. Looks like it's right here. And then once I identify what I think is the center, I would just check it. Like it should be the same number of units in all directions. So there's 3 units this way, 3 units this way, 3 units this way, 3 units this way. So that's got to be the center. So the center is at 2, 2. Good job. And then the radius is 3, yeah. And now that we have this, we can write the equation of the circle. So x minus 2 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, so those questions were like the basic questions on this. Technically, you should have seen this in 7th and 8th grade, but I'm learning from my students. They have not seen this. This one is where it takes it up a notch. I'm going to walk through the steps with it. I don't expect you to be an expert or have any, like, just walk through the steps. That way when you see it in your class, maybe it'll seem a little bit easier because you've seen it before. For this one, number 5, it says identify the center and radius, but this problem's in the wrong format. We can't just pull out the center and radius like we did in this format, so we have to change it into the other format first. So the steps for changing it into the other format are going to be 1, group it, and I'll show you what these steps mean in a second. Then we're going to complete the square. Then we're going to factor, and then simplify. So I don't make the curriculum, I just teach it, but this is part of like high school geometry. You'll also see this again in Algebra 2 as well. Yeah, so it comes up in Algebra 2. Okay, so first step is to group it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the x's with the x's like this. X squared plus 24x, and then we're going to put a blank, which we'll fill in a second. Plus, now we're going to put y's with y's. So y squared plus 14y plus blank equals, and then this 187 we have to put on the other side. So it'll be negative 187 on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, so that was grouping it. Now we're going to complete the square. We need to find the value in that we put here. And the way we find that value is we're going to take this number, divide it by 2, and then square it. So we get 144. So that goes here. And then whatever you add to this side of the equation, you also have to add over here. Yeah, I just put the 187 on the other side. By the way, we're not going to do number 6, so if you need to use that space, you can. Okay, and then for this blank, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this middle term, the b term, divide it by 2, and then square it to get 49, and that's what goes in this blank. And whatever we add on this side of the equation, we have to add over here. Okay, so that was the completing the square step. Now we have to factor. Now that we have this set up, we can break it up into factors. So like this may bring it back good or bad memories from algebra, where you put like an x here and an x here, and then you need 2 numbers that multiply to 144 and add to 24, and that would be 12 and 12. 12 times 12 is 144, 12 plus 12 is 24, so plus 12 plus 12. And then for this part over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to break this up into factors, a y here and a y here. Two numbers that multiply to 49 add to 14 would be 7 and 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 plus 7 is 14. So plus 7, and then equal to all of this added up, which negative 187 plus 144 plus 49 comes out to 6. You might be able to see where this is going now. This is x plus 12 squared plus y plus 7 squared equals 6. And now you can identify the center and the radius. The center is going to be negative 12, negative 7, and then the radius would just be square root of 6. That's supposed to be 12 right here. And then we're done. So like I said, just kind of a preview, so that way it's not the first time you see it. Turn it in, and then you can work on Alex or math homework, whatever you got to work on.